All right, welcome back to the pycse channel. Today I want to continue the series of operators that I've been talking about, things that we can use in a Boolean sense that return true or false, or something that's truthy or falsy. And today we'll talk about membership operators. So the idea today is that we often want to test if some object is a member of something I'll like air quote as a collection. And I'll give you an idea of why I air quote it like that in a little bit. And the operators we'll look at today are called in and not in. All right, so what is a collection? A collection is a list, that is a collection of objects. It could be a set, it could be a dictionary, and I'll show you that it can be a string. So, and it probably can be some other fancier objects if they have the right kind of methods described, but we'll stick with these ones that I just mentioned. All right, so let's start with strings because I feel like strings are pretty simple. Let's say we have a sentence or a phrase, the quick brown fox, and you want to ask, is the word fox in it? Then the way we might look at that is just say fox in the quick brown fox. All right, so you can see it's there. This should evaluate to true, and that's because it literally finds fox inside the string. And if I was to capitalize this, then it would say false because there is no capital F. And if I was to say brown fox like this, that will be false because there isn't anything literally like that. And then here, if we put the space in, it should return true. So this simple in is a way of checking is a word or sequence of characters in another string. So we can think of this string as a collection of characters, and then we can ask, is this collection of characters in the string in this exact order, like that. Okay, we could also say, is it not in here? And that's very similar to the logical operator that I had talked about before. But I guess this is technically not the same as using not before because we can think of this as a single operator, and it's not like we are taking we are negating this. So it's not like we're doing that. It's really you should think about it as a separate thing, but it works the same. So is brown fox not in that is going to be false because it is in that. Okay, let's talk about a list next. A list looks like a collection, let's say 0, 4, 2, and tree. All right, lists can have lots of different kinds of elements in them, different objects. So here we could say, is 4 in the list? And that's going to be true. And is 44 in the list would be false. So any of these elements should return true, and here we can see that that's going to be the case. But now note, if I have oak tree here, then this is going to evaluate to false because none of these single elements are equal to tree. So it's not like up here where this is a string in a string. This is a string in a list, and it's going to element-wise check every single one of them. All right, and then if I said not in, then of course this will now return true. All right, so that's a list. This should work for tuples as well. So if I make the same thing but as tuples 4 to tree, then we can ask if any of these are in here. So is 4 in the tuple? That's going to be true. So tuple you can think of as a collection. It's just not a mutable collection like the list. And same for sets. So let's make a set of the same things. And so now if I say is tree in the set, then it returns true. All right, so a set is also a collection. It just has unique elements in it. All right, and then the last thing I want to show you is the idea that a dictionary is also a set or a collection, but we have to think about it in a particular kind of way. So if I said, let's use the same things up here as keys, but let's make I don't know, let's make this one, let's just put make them letters. So remember, a dictionary has to have, the keys have to be hashable, so integers are perfect for these. And strings are also good. The only one of the few things you can't use as keys is a list. Okay. So we have now, the keys here are 0, 4, 2, and tree. And if I think of this as, is something a member of it, the membership idea in a dictionary is the keys, is the collection of keys. So if I say, is 0 in here, the answer is true. But now if I say, is n in here, that's going to be false. Even though it's a value, it's not a key, and so this doesn't work for that. So whenever you do membership on a dictionary, it's always the keys. So if I put tree here, then it will reevaluate to true. All right, so these are sometimes used in control statements. So because these return things that are true or false, we can put them into if statements. So if something is in a collection, we do something, or if something is not in a collection, we can do something. And that's the main reason that I wanted to go over all of these sets here, or all these different options for what does membership mean, and how do we think of things that are like collections. And some classes or objects are also support in some things that are custom, but you have to know that they've defined the right double underscore methods to support it. That's a pretty advanced topic that we'll save for another day. All right, so that is it for membership operators in Python. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.